Welcome to the OR course. So far we discussed about LPP, graphical method, simplex method. In simplex we solve the maximization problem. If the problem is a minimization type, we have to convert that minimization into maximization by getting the standard form in simplex method. Sometimes it is not possible. Why it is not possible? In sometimes it is. For example, if we take the x1 plus x2 x1 plus x2 less than or equal to minus 1, if we have this one, if for example if we have this value, here what we have at right hand side we have the negative value is there. It is in standard form? No, but it is a less than or equal to type. Coming to the constraint, coming to the availability, it is the availability type constraint means that's why it is in standard form, but coming to the right hand side value it is in negative form. So the simplex is not possible to apply this type of equations, this type of constraints. Why it is not possible means after converting this one by applying to minus 1 we get minus x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to 1. So the right hand side is satisfied, but coming to the constraint it is not satisfied, it is a requirement type. So simplex is not suitable in a maximization type. For these cases we are going to solve in this problem. How we are going to solve this problem we are going to learn in this lecture. Next, coming to the first one, converting greater than or equal to type constraints into less than or equal to type. Why we are converting greater than or equal to type constraints into less than or equal to type? In simplex we have some rules, some standard rules are there. Whether we are converting greater than or equal to type constraint into less than or equal to type, we have to consider the right hand side values also. So coming to the simplex, all constraints must be in less than or equal to type only we have to take. So here if it is in greater than, we convert the less than or equal to type. Okay. If when at least one constraints are greater than or equal to type, simplex method is not suitable. If suppose for example if we have 4 constraints, 3 are less than or equal to type and 4th one is greater than or equal to type, the simplex is not possible. We have the possibility. When we have the possibility, if we have the constraint value is greater than or equal to type, and the right hand side of this, if we have any negative value, we converted that negative into the positive. That's why we at that case we converted this also. So that time simplex is possible. But if the right hand side value is positive, it is not possible to solve by the simplex method. Okay. Yes. Here, so far the LPP with less than or equal to type constraints are used in simplex method. In these cases, we introduce the slack variables to converting the inequalities into equalities. If already we discussed one example, we are taking x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to minus 1. In this case also we are converting the greater than into less than or equal to type by applying the minus 1. So right hand side we converted the negative into the positive. This type of cases is possible, simplex method. Okay. Next, suppose if the constraint is greater than or equal to type, there is no possibility to convert into the equality type. For that cases, simplex is not suitable. Those cases we have 2 techniques for solving those type of problems. One is big M method and another one is two-phase method. Two-phase method. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the big M method. What is the big M method? The name itself, big M, is there. Here we are going to introduce the big M into the coefficient value of slack or surplus variables. Where we have to take the big M into a surplus variables. How we are taking the surplus variable? We are seeing this here. First coming to the big M. Why we are taking the big M method? It is a method of removing the artificial variables. Here, what are the artificial variables? For example, if suppose the equation we have x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 1, we have to convert this greater than or equal to into we have to convert this inequality into equality. Here, if it is a less than or equal to type, x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 1, simply we are taking the slack variable and we are converting this value like x1 plus x2 plus s1 is equal to 1. Okay. but here in this case we have the greater than or equal to type. If we converted this inequality into equality by adding the slack variable, is not possible. For that case, we have to convert this inequality into equality by adding the surplus variables and artificial variables. Surplus variables and artificial variables. How we are taking the surplus variables and artificial variables? Coming to the big M case, we are converting the inequalities into equalities by taking the big M. For example, x1 plus x2, we are going to convert this example. This one is equal to inequality. Simply we are taking the x1 plus x2 minus surplus means we are taking the minus. If it is a slack means we are taking the S1, like positive we are taking S1 with a variable, artificial variable A1 we are introducing to converting this. Okay, with the contribution value of A1 we have to take the A1 value is M we are taking. Okay, what is the sign of M? This sign is taken based on the objective function. If the objective function is a minimization type, we take the positive M. If the objective function is a maximize, we take the minus. For example, here we have the minus S1 plus MA1. We are converting inequality into equality. Here now we are going to draw the objective function minimize z is equal to x1 plus 3x1 3x2 minus 0 of s1 plus m a1. We have taken this objective function at a minimization case. Coming to the maximization case, 0 s1 minus m a2. We have to take this m a2. Okay, so here we did one mistake. Here converting the inequality, here there is no need to take any contribution. Just we are taking the only one we are taken. Here a1 only artificial variable we are adding. Coming to the object function, we have to take the maximum value. M value we are introducing in object function. Here m we are taken, m is greater than 0. Always we are taking m value is greater than 0. We are taking highest value we are taken, highest contribution value we are taken to converting that type of like greater than or equal to type constraints. Okay. Here that positive price is called as the highest penalty. Penalty is there. Okay. See this. Coming to the solution, then when we are solving the BGM method in the LBB by applying the steps, by applying the following step. First, express the LBB in standard form by adding the slack variable, surplus variable, and our artificial variable. In previous cases, what we are adding? We added only slack variables. But in our case, in this case, when we are taking this case, if the constant is greater than or equal to type, we are converting that inequality into equality by adding the surplus and artificial variables. Here, in this case, we are taking the slack variables, surplus variables, and artificial variables. What is the slack variable? Plus S1 we are taken. And what is the surplus? Surplus means minus we are taken. Artificial means A we are taken. Okay. Then assign a very large coefficient for artificial variables. If it is a function is a minimization, we are adding the large coefficient plus m. If it is a function is a maximization, we subtracted the maximum coefficient. Okay. Then step 2. We find the same initial basic feasible solution is obtained by assigning the 0 value to decision variables x1 and x2, etc. Next, coming to the step 3, here we are going to calculate the values of Cj minus Zj in last row in a manner of simplex. Already we are examined in the previous lectures how we find the Cj minus Zj. We know we are calculating those values, but here the case is different. In previous case, in maximization case, what we are taken? Cj minus Zj less than or equal to 0. It is a optimal solution. The solution is called as optimal solution. But here in minimization case it is different. Cj minus Zj greater than or equal to 0, then only the problem reaches optimality. The solution we get the optimal solution. It is maximization type and it is minimization type. Okay. Here what we are taking? Here we are adding the coefficients, highest coefficient m in this big M method at the minimization type. If it is the maximization type, we are subtracting the maximum value. Okay. Cj minus Zj is greater than or equal to 0, then the current basic feasible solution is optimal. Okay. If it is not, means we are going to the iteration process. How we did the iteration? Like simplex. Again we are going to calculate the key column. Again we are going to calculate the key row. Again we are going to calculate the key element. Based on that, we found the new initial basic feasible solutions up to satisfying the Cj minus Zj greater than or equal to 0. The iteration is continuation we did. Okay. Same. Just coming to the example, here I take one example. This big M method is also called as the penalty method. Why we are calling penalty method? Here we are adding the penalties. It means we are taking the M, capital M we are taking, we are adding the big M. So that is a penalty value. So that's why this method is also called as the penalty method. Here we are taking one example. Use penalty or big M method to solve the following LPP. Here they are given minimize Z is equal to 5x1, 3x2. Subject to the constraint. Here they are given three constraints. One is 2x1, 4x2 less than or equal to 12. 2x1 plus 2x2 less is equal to 10. 5x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 10. If they didn't ask penalty method or any method, just they are asking to solve the following LPP. What you did at the time? We have some confusion. Which method we are going to apply? We don't know. Simply we have some rules. First, take the graphical method. When it is suitable, graphical method, if the decision variables are 2, the graphical method is suitable. Okay, but here we have one case. All constraints are must be in less than or equal to type, or it may be in greater than or equal to type. Then only the graphical method is suitable. But here we have one constraint is equality type. So it is not possible to solve by the graphical method. Next, coming to the simplex method. What are the rules for the simplex method? Simplex method we have one standard form. The conical form is there. What is the rule of simplex method? Object function must be in maximization type. Okay, here the object function is minimization type. So if we converted that object function by taking the minimization type by applying the -1. When we are applying the -1 to this object function, all constraints must be in positive. Otherwise, all variables must be in positive. Otherwise, it is not suitable. So here we have positive value. When we are converting this minimization to the maximization, it is not possible. And second one, all constraints must be less than or equal to type. Less than or equal to type. Here we have two constraints. One is less than or equal to, and another one is equal to type. And here we have one constraint is greater than or equal to such type. If we converted this greater than or equal to into the less than or equal to type by multiplying the -1, right hand side we get the negative value. It means simplex is not suitable. Here in this case we have 0. If we applying the minus, so again less than or equal to 0 we get. But coming to this object function, it is a minimization. Here it is not satisfied. That's why the simplex also not suitable for this method. The simplex also not suitable for this method. So simply we are going to apply the big M method for this case. Okay. What is the rule of big M method? We convert the inequalities into equalities by taking the help of penalties. Okay. First, what is the object function? Minimize Z is equal to 5x1 plus 3x2 they are given. Okay. Next, coming to the constraints, subjective constraints. Here we have three constraints. Here now we are going to convert this inequalities into equality. First we are coming to the first constraint, 2x1 plus 4x2 less than or equal to 12 is there. That is a less than or equal to type. How we convert the less than or equal to equality type? By adding the slack variable. Okay. constraint 1 is over. Next, coming to the second constraint, here we have the 2x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 10. Here there is no need to add the slack variables and surplus variables. Directly we are going to add the artificial variables. This type of problems we are adding the artificial variables. Thus a1 is equal to 10. Next, coming to the third constraint, 5x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 0. 5x1 plus 2x2 greater than means now we are going to convert this inequality into equality by adding the surplus variables. 5x1 plus 2x2 plus surplus means we are taking negative side, okay, minus there is no need to take any contribution values here, okay. S1, S2. Already we have S1. That's why I am indicating here S2 minus S2 plus A2 is equal to 0 and X1, X2, S1, S2, A1, A2 are greater than or equal to 0. Based on this, we are going to develop the objective function. Here minimize z is equal to 5x1 plus 3x2. Coming to the first constraint, here we have the slack variable. Simply we take the slack variable is 0s1. Next, coming to the second one, here we have the artificial variable. When we have the artificial variable, we have to take the penalty value. Penalty means if it is a minimization type, we are taking highest penalty, highest value. That means plus ma1 we have taken. Plus m we have taken, we have to take. Next, coming to the third constant, here also we have the surplus variables and slack variables. Here 0 s1 plus m a2. 0 s1 plus m a2 we are taking. Oh, sorry, s2. Okay. Series. Here we have converted this 5x1 x2. These are the suffixes. After converting this, we develop the new objective function. From this, we are going to find the initial basic feasible solutions. Here, we are going to find the initial basic feasible solutions. How we find the initial basic feasible solutions? Likewise, simplex method only, we are calculating the initial basic feasible solutions. Here we have one rule. We are going to find the initial basic feasible solution. First, we have to identify the basic variables. Then we have to identify the non-basic variables. What is the rule of basic variable? At near to the equal, we have left hand side. We have one variable. That variable is called as basic variable. Here in these three constraints, we have three variables. What are those? Near to equality S1, A1, A2. Three variables are there. Those three are called as basic variables S1, A1, A2. These are the basic variables. Then remaining variables are called as non-basic variables. What are the non-basic variables? X1, X2, S2. These three are the non-basic variables. Okay. Here, what is the rule? All non-basic variables are is equal to 0. When we are taking the non-basic variables are equal to 0, X1 is equal to 0, X2 is equal to 0, S2 is equal to 0. Then we find the initial basic feasible solutions. We are applying these non-basic variable values into these linear equations. We get the initial basic feasible solution. Here, initial basic feasible solution of S1 is 12, A1 is 10, A2 is 10. And we are, if suppose we substitute these values into the object function, we get the object minimized, that is equal to 20 m. Okay, why? Because here we will have the penalty. The m is the penalty value. So simply we get the 20 m. Next, now we are coming to the solution. Here we have to develop the table, solution table. What is the rule of solution table? First we have to take the coefficient of basic variable, then basic variables, then solution value of basic variable, then Cj. Here, what are the Cj values? Here we have 6 variables: x1, x2, s1, s2, a1, a2. Those contribution values we have to draw here. We have to write here. Then we are taking the values of Cv, xp. These are values. They are given in equations. Based on this, we are going to find the Zj and Cj minus Zj, and here we are going to calculate the minimum ratio. Okay, like this. Here, first, what are the initial basic what are the basic variables we have? S1, A1, A2. These are the basic variables we have. So, and these basic variable coefficients also there. 0 mm. What are these 0 mm? What is our object function after converting? Our object function is 5x1 plus 3x2 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus ma1 plus ma2. This is our object function. Okay. Here S1 means, what is the coefficient of S1? S1 is 0, A1 is m, and A2 is m. Okay. Then what are these contribution values? Solution values of initial basic feasible solutions. Here S1 is equal to 12, A1 is equal to 12, A2 is equal to 10. From this we are going to find the Zj. What are these values? These values are constraint coefficients. It means Xij values. These are all Xij values. From this we are going to find the Zj. How we find the Zj value? Here Zj is equal to we are taking the summation of Cb into coefficient Cj. Okay, for example, coming to the first row, x1 and z1 is equal to, what is the x1 value here? 0 of 2 plus here m of 2 plus 5 of m. So total we get 2m plus 5m is equal to 7m. 7m we are getting here. Same 7m, 4m, 0, g minus m, mm. These are we obtained from this formula. Next, coming to the Cj minus Zj. Here we have the Cj value. What is the Cj? Cj is the coefficient value of objective function. So, coming to the first row, Cj is 5 minus Zj is 7m. Likewise, we are finding the all column Cj minus Zj. It means C1 Z1, C2 Z2, C3 Z3, C4 Z4, C5 Z5, C6 Z6. Like that, we are finding all values. And here now we are going to check the optimality. In maximization type, if it is a Cj minus Zj less than or equal to 0, it reaches the optimality. But here in this minimization case, it is not possible. If it is a less than or equal to type 0, it is not going to calculate the optimality by applying the iterations. Okay. Here we have the penalty values. We don't know how to identify the key column when it is in less than or equal to type. That's why we are applying the m is greater than 0. If suppose, for example, here I would like to take m is equal to 1, what we get? 5 minus 7m. It means 7. 5 minus 7 of 1 is equal to minus 2. We get minus 2 here, and here what we get? Minus 1. Like that we are getting here 1. Which one is the here we have two negative values. So the solution is Cj minus Zj is less than or equal to type. So it is not reached the optimality. The current solution is not in optimal. For that reason, now we are going to apply the iteration process by taking the key column. Which one is taking the key column? Most negative value. Here, what is the most negative value? Minus 2 is the most negative value. That's why we are taking the column. Particular column is called as the key column. Based on the key column, we are going to find the key row with help of minimum ratio. How we find the minimum ratio? Minimum ratio we find it from the solution value of basic variable by key column. Here key column we have the x1. That's why we are taking the x1. From this we are identifying the key element. For further iterations we have to convert the key element is equal to 1. Then remaining values of the key element, the key column, particular key column is converting is equal to 0. Here one more important is there. when here a2 is a leaving variable, it means it is in key row and key column. Here x1 is the entering variable. For next iteration, a2 is replaced by x1. When we are replacing the artificial variable for further iterations, we remove that particular column for further iterations. Here, suppose here we are taking the a2 is replacing by the x1. For further iterations, we remove this column. We remove this column for further iterations. See this. Here a2 is replaced by x1, then we get the a1. Then we remove the a2 value. Again, we are going to calculate the new initial basic feasible solutions. New initial basic feasible solutions. How we find the new initial basic feasible solutions? By finding the Zj, Cj minus Zj, we get the new initial basic feasible solutions. Again, here we have Cj minus Zj. Some negative values are there. If, for example, if we assume m is equal to greater than or equal to greater than 0, like if suppose m is equal to 1, we are taken 6 by 5 plus 1. Here we have negative minus 2 by 5 plus 1. Here we have negative. So the solution is not in optimal. Again, we are going to find the key column and key row and key element. Here, coming to this second table, S1 is replaced by x2. S1 is replaced by x2. See this. Again we have. Again we check the. Again we calculate the Zj, Cj minus Zj. After calculating the Zj, Cj minus Zj, again it is in less than 0. So the current solution is in not optimal. Again we are going to find the key column, key row and key element. From this table, we are going to replacing the A1 by the help of S2. For further iterations, we are going to remove the A1 column. Okay. See this. Here, Cj minus Zj greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 0. It is satisfied. Okay. The condition is satisfied. Here we have one more difficulty. If the Cj minus Zj reaches the optimality like less than or equal to 0, but the artificial variable does not leave from the table, it means the solution is not optimal, the solution is unbounded, and the solution is infeasible, the solution is infinite. Okay, there is no solution. But in our case, all artificial variables are replaced by non-basic variables or basic variables. Okay. Here we have this is the final solution. Here we have the x2, s2, and m1. What is the object function? Our object function is 5x1 plus 3x2 plus 0x1 plus 0x2 plus ma1 plus ma2. From this we are going to find the optimal value. Okay. Here x1 is, we know the x1 value. What is x1? x1 is equal to 4. 5 of 4 and x2. What is the x2 value? x2 is 1 and s1 we don't have s1, so simply we take 0 and s2 0 of 12. Then a1 a2 are not there, simply we are taking 0 0. Finally we get the z is equal to 23. This is the minimum value. The solution is arrived. Next, coming to the summary. What we discussed in this class, in this lecture, we discussed how to solve the minimization case problems. How we solve the minimization case problem? We have two methods. One is big game method and another one is two-phase method. In this class, we discussed about this big game method. What is the rules of big game method? Here we are adding the penalties. Highest penalties we are adding to the object function, and we are taking the slack variables, surplus variables, and artificial variables. Here the rule is we have to satisfy Cj minus Zj greater than 0. But coming to the simplex, it is in big game. Coming to the simplex, Cj minus Zj less than or equal to 0. Then only the problem is optimal. It reached the optimality. But in big game case, greater than or equal to type. We have to remember this difference. Compare the simplex and big game. Okay. Next, finally, check the optimality. Here we have one more rule. If the artificial variable is a leaving variable, we deleted the particular column for further iterations. Okay, thank you.